Once upon a time, there was a boy named Omar who lived in a small village. He spent most of his time playing games and ignoring his studies and works. Omar always found excuses to avoid hard work. He thought that success would come to him easily, without effort. Despite his laziness, Omar often complained about his bad luck. "Why is life so unfair to me?" he would say to his friends. His friends tried to encourage him to work harder, but Omar would laugh and say, "Hard work is for people who have no luck." Omar's family was worried about him. His father said, "If you don't take life seriously, you will regret it one day." One day, a famous Muslim scholar visited Omar's village. He was known for his wisdom and advice. People gathered in the mosque to listen to the scholar. Omar, curious but doubtful, decided to go as well. When Omar's turn came, he approached the scholar and said, "I feel like the unluckiest person in the world. Nothing I do ever works out." The scholar listened calmly and replied, "Let me tell you a story that might change how you think about luck." The scholar began, "Once, there were two best friends, Zaid and Haris. They grew up together in a small town. As they grew older, Zaid decided to travel to a big city to find work. Haris, however, stayed in the town and helped his family. Years later, Zaid returned to the town as a successful and wealthy man. He had everything: money, respect, and happiness. Haris, on the other hand, was still poor and struggling to make ends meet. When he saw Zaid, he felt jealous and bitter. Haris said to Zaid, "You are so lucky. Everything you touch turns to gold, but I am left with nothing." Zaid felt sorry for Haris and said, "I can help you. Meet me tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. near the old tree in the forest. I have buried gold under the tree," Zaid continued. "If you reach there on time, you can take it all." Haris was overjoyed. He couldn't believe his luck. "Tomorrow, my life will change forever," he thought. That night, Haris couldn't sleep. He was too excited thinking about the treasure waiting for him. At 5 a.m., Haris felt tired and thought, "I'll sleep for just 1 hour. I still have plenty of time to get there." But when Haris woke up, it was already 8:30 a.m. He panicked and ran towards the forest as fast as he could. When Haris reached the tree, he was out of breath and drenched in sweat. Zaid was standing there, looking disappointed. The gold was already gone, and Haris felt a deep sense of regret. Zaid said, "I gave you a golden opportunity, but you let it slip away. You didn't take my words seriously, and now you've lost what could have changed your life forever." Haris began to cry and said, "I was so happy last night that I couldn't sleep. I thought I had plenty of time, but I made a mistake." Zaid looked at him with sympathy but didn't say much. "This gold could have been yours, Haris," Zaid said firmly. "But your laziness and poor time management have cost you everything." Haris realized how his own actions had led to his failure. Haris fell to the ground and cried, "I always thought I was unlucky, but now I see that I wasted all my chances. Luck isn't enough if you don't take action." The scholar looked at Omar and said, "Do you see now how Haris and Zaid's story relates to your life? You think you're unlucky, but you waste your time and miss your opportunities." The scholar continued, "Time is the most valuable resource we have. You can never get it back once it's gone. It's like the gold under the tree, precious and limited." Omar nodded and said, "I understand now. I have been blaming my failures on luck when the real problem is me. I've wasted so much time doing nothing." The scholar smiled and said, "Every successful person values time. They wake up early, set goals, and work towards them every day. You must start doing the same." One of the best ways to value time is to plan your day, the scholar said. Write down what you want to achieve and stick to it. This will keep you focused and organized. Also, stay away from distractions, the scholar added. Games, gossip, and meaningless activities will only keep you behind. Focus on what truly matters in your life. Omar listened carefully. He felt ashamed of how he had been living his life but also motivated to change. I will do whatever it takes to improve, he promised the scholar. The next morning, Omar woke up early for the first time in years. He made a to-do list and started working on his school assignments, one step at a time. It wasn't easy at first. Omar struggled to stay focused and often felt tempted to go back to his old habits. But he reminded himself of Horace's mistake and stayed disciplined. Slowly, things began to change. Omar's grades improved, and his teachers started praising his efforts. His family noticed his hard work and felt proud of him. His father said, "Omar, you finally understood the value of time. Keep going, and you will achieve great things." Omar felt happy and determined to keep improving. Omar began sharing the story of Horace and Zaid with his friends. He told them how time is like gold, precious and limited, and that wasting it is the biggest mistake anyone can make. His friends started following his example. They, too, began managing their time better and focusing on their studies. Omar felt proud to inspire others. Over time, Omar became an example for the whole village. People respected him for his discipline and wisdom. They often came to him for advice. Omar's life was no longer filled with complaints and failures. He had transformed himself by valuing time. Time is the secret to success, he would say. If you respect it, it will reward you beyond your dreams. Time rewards those who respect it. Wasting even a few minutes might seem insignificant, but over days, weeks, and years, it adds up to lost chances. On the other hand, disciplined use of time opens doors you never thought possible. Treat time as your greatest ally. Plan your days, avoid distractions, and focus on your goals. Remember, every minute you invest in purposeful work is a step closer to success, while every minute wasted is a step further away from it. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn English through stories, subscribe to our channel for more.